Today I'm going to be reviewing the Fositan L4500K LED lighting kit. So in the kit itself you get 2 LED lights, 2 stands and 2 power packs. Everything you need for a 2-light setup. So the stands are quite tall, 25 to 79 inches and 64 to 200 centimeters. So they do go relatively tall. Okay, definitely tall enough, and they feel pretty well made. Sturdy enough for most things that you'll be using them for. So these lights have 200 LEDs, 3200 to 5600 kelvins. So a nice range all the way from tungsten up to sort of daylight and a little bit beyond. Nice colour range that you can match with your other lights. The only thing with these lights is the kelvins do go up and down in 200 increments, so you can't be super accurate with them. So it'll go from 5600 to 5400, 5200. So as you can see, you can either power the light using your DC adapter, or you can use your MPF, I believe, series batteries. You know the ones I mean, your lighting batteries. And you can switch between either DC power, off, or there's 2 lines which will flick it to your battery power, okay? So you can switch between the 2, which is nice. And there's 2 battery slots. It doesn't mean that you need 2 batteries to power this. It just means that if you've got 2 batteries in there, it's gonna last for longer, okay? Well, what's good about that is you can chain them. So if you're doing some long videoing, you're not using a DC adapter, you're using your batteries, then once one's getting low, you can flick one out, put another one in without actually losing any power on the light. So you can do it while the light's still on. You can just switch the other battery over and you'll still have power using the other battery. Okay, so that's a nice little feature. And they should both be as bright as each other. It's also got these barn doors, which are really nice, sort of aluminium alloy sort of build. Okay, so nice and sturdy, feels really well built. It's got these little thumb screws so you can undo the barn doors without having to use any tools really. They are quite tight on, but once you get them going, then you can take the barn doors off. It's got a little diffuser, okay? Now the diffuser itself doesn't stay in brilliantly. You're either gonna have it in or out, so most of you will have it in, but once you've got your stand up and it's all nice and sturdy, then you shouldn't have any issues with that really. Okay, just a minor thing. In terms of brightness, each one of these lights is like 1650 lumens, okay, so relatively bright. And it's got an okay throw on it, I would say, sort of 500 to 600 lux at a meter. So 500 with the diffuser on, 600 with the diffuser off, okay? Obviously it depends on what Kelvin you're at, okay? So if you're at 5200, then it's going to be brighter than if you're at 3200. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly set 2 of these lights up, one either side, flip to these just so you can see what sort of light you get when they're on. So what I'm going to do is switch my current lighting setup off and switch to the Fositan lights. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, so now I'm using my 2 Fositan lights. They're on 100%. I'd say they're about 1.5 meters away from me, so not super far, but far enough. Yeah, this is the sort of light that they give out. So if you're using these lights for a YouTube setup or something similar, then this is the sort of light that you can expect from these lights. I'm looking at the light in the screen and to me, yeah, it looks quite natural. I quite like it. Like I say, not super bright. If I go a little bit further away, then I don't think the throw on these lights is going to be huge. Probably still getting me, but I'm probably starting to get a little bit dark. But for a little studio setup, I think they're ideal. And I'll tell you a few things that I like about them. First of all, the price of these on Amazon at the moment, you can get them between 130 and 160 pounds. So, you know, for 2 lights, 2 stands, the 2 DC adapters. Oh, and each light has its own little bag. So that's nice. So you've got something you can carry them around in, which is always handy to have. Bit of protection. You know, the zips on them aren't amazing, but it will give your lights a little bit of protection. Okay, so get those as well. Amazing price for 200 LED lights. I don't think price-wise you're really going to get better than that. Even the Niwa and the Godox ones, I don't think are as cheap as these ones. So I know I have said in previous videos, buy cheap, buy twice, but not always. And I think with these lights, especially as like a hair light or something like that, these would work great for things like that and product shoots. So I'm super impressed with what you get for the money. I like the knobs on these things. They've got definite start and endings. You know that I like that on my knobs. So you know that exactly where you are instead of it just turning and turning and turning. It's got a definite start and a definite finish. The whole light itself feels really well made. Minus perhaps the diffuser, which does slip in and out a little bit. But like I said, that's a really small thing. Build wise, it's built as well as products twice the price, I'd say. So really nice build. Aluminium barn doors. All the knobs feel really sturdy. It's got a nice metal bracket. Can't really complain. And the light stands are just light stands at the end of the day, but they're sturdy enough and they're quite tall, so decent. I can't really fault the lights, especially for the price. You will get brighter lights, but I think they're more designed for small studio setups, and in that respect, I don't think you can really go wrong having a couple of these in your kit bag, even if they're not your main lights. Like I say, hair lights, fill lights, you definitely have some use for them somewhere. I really like the way that you can chain the batteries so that if one of the batteries is getting low, you can swap it out without the actual light going off. I think I'm going to use these as an extra light on the dance floor at weddings and things like that. So we just stick one of these up in the corner and it can just light up the couple. Not super bright, but it will just give it a little bit of something. So that's my review. If you have enjoyed it, please do give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about this lighting setup in the comments below. That's it for this one. Thanks to Fositan for sending me these lights to review. And I'll catch you in the next one.